Hey guys, Rapido Vic here. Hey, got my new starter in. Got my high torque starter for this puppy. Now, one mistake I did was when the other one, I got the other new starter. I was rushing. I was doing it live. I was trying to get it in real fast and do it work. Mac had moved his premiere for me, and I was rushing and not paying attention. I was just trying to get it done, and I messed up. Now, the first thing you do when you buy a part doesn't matter if it's a starter, alternator, doesn't matter. Any part that's electronic, match your old one up. I did not do that. So I was rushing. Any high torque starter, looking at Advanced, O'Reilly's, or any of them, even though I put up 2012 Camaro ls3, it still came up with one that had the bolt holes straight across. Well, if you look at the LS, they're not straight across. The LS has one forward. You've got to be mindful of that. Now, all the ones that came that I can pull up from O'Reilly's, Advance, online, anywhere, was coming up with the one I had. The big aluminum front head, you know, the big billet piece, and it had the 4 bolt holes, and the one side was recessed. And if you read down the bottom, real far down the bottom, it says the small block Chevy or big block Chevy. It's not for an LS. So, ones for LS is different. Now, I did find a bunch on Summit and Jegs and stuff like that, and some of them puppies get pricey for a high torque starter. Now, I did find one. It was on sale for $160. So it was actually cheaper than the one I got from O'Reilly's. It was on sale. And I did pay the $39.99 2-day shipping to get it because I didn't want to wait over a week to get it, you know, with slow mail, you know, snail mail. So I did get her. She came in. Nice little high torque starter. I'm going to show it to you real quick. By the way, sometimes, you know, when your starter's just not right, when the appendix is falling out of it, that's when you know it's just not right. That spring's broke. It's not right. What happens is when it kicks out, it'll actually bind the gear and cause it to drag, which I was telling 84 Cuddy about. I've actually had them where the front bushing goes out, and when the appendix kicks out, it kicks sideways and causes it to bind. Now you can hook another battery to it, and it'll actually spin over faster. But typically when you're doing that, it's pulling so many amps, it will cook the battery. It'll cook the other battery. I've had that happen. So, yeah, that's definitely not supposed to do that. So, that starter's dead. But I did get from, not sponsored whatsoever, but it is for an LS, up to 11-to-1 compression. Well, since this is the stock ls3 block deck with a cam, yeah, somewhere up there. I called Brian Tilley Racing and was talking with the guy, and he put all my numbers and all my information, everything in, besides decking the block. The numbers he came up with was 10.85 to 1. But that's not with decking the block, so yeah, it's probably somewhere around there. So I don't care. I mean, if I can get 450, 400, 450 wheel, I don't care. There's anything in there. I just don't want to have to run boost is the reason why I did this. Didn't want to have to run boost because of my wife, because she's heavy footed. I didn't want to come up on the boost and wrap it around a tree. Now it'll come up on the cam, but it's going to happen every time the same way, so she'll be used to that. So, but this is what she'd be looking like. Got your instructions. Shows you how to get the actual shims and everything correctly. Comes with the shim bag and whooshers, like most of them do. And this is the girl right here. Look at her. Isn't she cute? No, but look how the bolt holes up. The bolt holes are not side by side. You got one a little bit further than the other one. Little small high torque starter. The good thing about this, you can rotate it 360 degrees. So if I didn't want the solenoid down here away so I can run the header, and I can get the solenoid away from it, away from the header, I can. But you got to shim it and all that stuff. So this has to be, got to come out a certain amount, got to be a certain way from the flywheel and everything. So that's why you have the shims for here. You can actually get it correct. But that's her, small, kind of heavy, but hey, what do you want when you got a heavily winded motor? Lots of windings in there, you get all the extra torque. Man, this thing's nice. I couldn't believe this is on sale for 160 bucks. Normally $175. So we got to get her in there, get her shimmed up. Got the old school GM type shims, which I hope works. Yeah, they're offset. Okay. Yep. Those new bolts and everything. So always, always, always match your parts up to the best of your ability before you install them. There's a lot of stuff, especially electronics. Once you install it, you cannot return it. Luckily, that starter, I tried to install it and I couldn't because I was rushing. There was no markings on it to show anything, so you can see it was never really mounted. So I was able to get away with returning it. Check, your stuff. Anyways, here I give you a little rundown on that and show you that wonderful plus and starter. But anyways, deuces!